I almost think everyone in their life knows someone like Ruben, or like has a Ruben in their life. A lot of it, I think, comes from, I wonder what it's like to be like that. I bet life's easier.
There was something incredibly charismatic about people like this. They are so confident and they are so undeniably it. You feel a crackling in the room when you are around them. Those are the people that make us feel less alone. I certainly think that's what Niall gets from Ruben. There's something incredibly powerful about people who can make you feel like you're something.
Here's to Niall Kennedy, a man who knows what he wants, and he takes it.
The second you go to Ep4 and Niall's having sex in a car and he's a struggling writer, you're like, how the hell did this happen?
We also have to kind of contextualize like where kind of Niall has gotten to in this moment. He's kind of interacting, at least sexually, with men. It's done in the shadows. It's done in the dark. He isn't living that life. He has all these great ambitions of becoming a writer. That isn't paying off. His living conditions are less than desirable. He's in a very incredibly fraught, bizarre, almost kind of codependent relationship with his mother. And then he learns that Ruben has been released from prison, which obviously is a huge catalyst for him for two reasons. One, I think, from a self-preservation point of view, how is Ruben going to react to me now that he's free and I sent him there? But two, it kind of, in a way, excites him. It lights him up. It suddenly gives him meaning.
I always saw Niall as a completely different character in Block 2. I wanted the roles to shift. I wanted the sympathy to shift, the status to shift. I wanted it all to shift.
Ruben is succeeding and healthy and helpful, and that's not the Ruben that Niall needs. So he almost would prefer him to be chaotic and violent and unpredictable and impulsive, because that makes him feel better about himself. Niall is much more kind of Machiavellian.
Ruben's way more vulnerable. He is ultimately a guy just trying his best, despite his numerous psychological issues, and to just keep his life together and keep the woman he loves and keep the house and keep the job and all these things. I wanted the characters to be seen as so different. Who's the same person they are when they're 15, 18, 20?
Don't move.
You're going to kill me, Ruben.
This is kind of the first time you get to see them in real time interact and talk about what's happened, why these two so estranged, where it all kind of starts here. But also, I mean, just thematically, like, it is a moment where Niall confronts him.
I hate everything about you. And the worst part about all of this, I would face 40 years in prison to walk in your shoes for a day, to feel what it must be like to be you.
I think he also kind of thinks maybe he's going to die at this moment. I think he just kind of feels like, I got to get all this off my chest. And funnily enough, I think it's him kind of digging into that brutal honesty, that he's all the stuff that he's never spoken to this man, that in a way saves his life.
Eve is pregnant.
The ability to procreate and Ruben's inability is a one-upmanship in the masculine department. It is something that he has power over him. Asserting that power over Ruben is something that he kind of enjoys testing the waters of, to see how he will react.
It kind of messes up his life ideals, and it messes up his idea of self as someone who is a provider and can give his partner everything she wants. In Ruben's messed up world, sex was something he took a lot of power in, and yet there's this problem that he has. It's deeply intertwined with his masculinity and his pride as a male, and I think it drives him to the brink. He loses his mind. He becomes all these things you've never seen him as: possessive, jealous, controlling. When he's feeling doubtful about himself, his whole kind of world crumbles. He adopts these kind of almost borderline psychosis or these controlling mechanisms. He's really brutal to Niall, and he's really jealous, he's really demanding. He goes full alpha when he's falling apart the most.
Episode 6 was the first episode I read. I saw that Niall spiraling downwards, that things that only just keep getting worse. The grip of addiction and self-loathing. He doesn't feel the success. He doesn't feel like he's achieved anything. Because, again, it's all tied to Ruben. There's an emptiness. Nothing is fulfilling him. The emptiness he tries to fill with substances and sex, destructive relationships. He is nosediving, I would say, in this episode. He is intentionally putting the plane on the ground. Albie is his exit from that. And just as he's getting his life together, the devil kind of shows up.
I think I'm gay. Sorry. Let me retract. I'm gay.
You're gay.
I'm gay.
He's not the world's greatest coming out. The way Niall is hardwired and his kind of neuroses are so vexed, and I think saying something doesn't necessarily lead to clarity and clearance.
Anything else?
I fucked Mona while you were away. Birthed my child.
The whole thing is a mess, and I think it's a mess of people with their own sort of ideas and philosophies about life and their own repressions and sort of traumas kind of all intersecting at the same sort of awful point. And the irony of now sleeping with Mona is that in a lot of ways he'd slept with her before, if you want to call it sex. It's wrong. When Ruben's feeling secure in himself as a man, he's happy to share his lady, but when he's not, it's an absolute assault on his character.
In the end, for Niall, he realizes that this vow, this bond, is incredibly dangerous. It's incredibly volatile, actually.
Fucking love you, brother, yeah? Fucking love you, yeah?
There are moments in 4, 5, and 6 that I think Ruben is totally redeemable. He's using every sinew of himself to correct the wrongs of his life. That final micro-expression of the series is kind of, in some way, trying to surmise that, in a way.
I always thought that they would kill each other at the end. They could never live with one another. They could only ever really be at peace with each other in death. Ruben was never supposed to have a good life. It wasn't written for him. Had his life turned out differently, had he not been dealt the hand that he was dealt, then he would have grown up to be a really good person, I think. I left the series liking him more than I expected to.